Alright, this is Wednesday's highlight video from GreatStockPicks.com. I'm going to show you a few that we called today, some real nice low-risk trades, and I'll talk a little bit about kind of an after-the-fact teaching tool, why we called them. One is DirecTV right here, DTV. This is what the chart looked like when I found it last night. You already have, what, 4 days down in a row, and then the fifth day, a nice big strong down day on even bigger volume. So to me, this told me that possible short-term capitulation. I don't want to imply that it's done going down forever, but short-term capitulation. And so I had this on bounce watch. Now let's switch to intraday candles. And what I look to do, what I want to see when I'm calling something as a bounce play. Here's the first 50. These are the opening candle, 5-minute candle here, and I want to see a fairly narrow range on the morning. I want it to trade for at least 15 minutes, and so that's what it did. And the early high was 39.52. You see it started to climb back up. Now, I don't like calling high of day breaks. Let me scoot that over again. But a bounce play by their nature is a high of day break, and the theory is DirecTV has had so many days down in a row here and has been selling that one of these days, the take is one of these days, if it can break, and look at that, you kind of have the capitulation, you have the increasing volume, so it really looked good for a possible turn today. And so the thinking is, one of these days, if it can trade in a narrow range and then break to the upside, you get the late shorts, which are these folks here, trying to make the easy money at the end there. You get them trying to, starting to cover because they say, whoops. And I think you get some value players popping in here too, because it had that big sell-off for 3 or 4 days and then a nice narrow range. So it seems like a good time to go long because it's possibly done going down for the short term. Having said all that, the reason doesn't matter that much. The chart's what really matters. These are 15-minute candles now. So the trigger to buy it was 39.53 right there. These are 15 minutes. And a worst case stop using a method that we teach was only 15 cents below. I think somewhere right around here, 39.38. So a nice low risk entry, and from 39.53 all the way to 40.35 at its high. And as we teach people to scale out, and that's what they do in our chat room. Teach them to scale out, pay yourself along the way, and make sure once you start paying yourself that you don't let it, don't lose money on the rest of your trade. So LNC, a different kind of play for us, but opened very strong. Here's the daily. And you can definitely see it kind of broke out today. Today could be day one of a big breakout, but the only clean entry I could find in this was after this initial pullback. The only way to say, hey, I took advantage of all this was to either be in from yesterday or to this, the minute it opens to grab it and say, you know what, I bet this is going to run today. Neither one of those are really feasible in my book because I don't like holding overnight, so I like to log in each day and find the low-risk setups. Go to cash every night. You can't lose that way. So there was the entry. Worst case stop. I'll give you the numbers. The entry on LNC, 26.45. Worst case stop, a little wider than I like, 27 cents below that. But it still went to 27.47. So it still moved $1 in our favor. Not bad again on 27 cents risk. UAL, a different kind of play, just sold straight off here this morning, and so whenever I see this kind of straight down move and this kind of volume near the end of the move, or we hope it's the end of the move, using a method we teach in chat called an entry at 24.98, somewhere right in here, not the best arrow, and a worst case stop on UAL, 12 cents below, so somewhere in here. 12 cents risk, not too bad, and from 24.98 this moved up over 50 cents in a pretty short period of time to 25.52. So again, taking profits on the way up. The original stop held and it was only 12 cents away. So a nice trade there in UAL. And then if you traded it all today, I'm sure you saw this crazy OREX. Probably a good short at the open there. It was definitely overdone. But even so, I still called a bounce play in here somewhere using a method we teach, 9.49 with a worst case stop, 19 cents below. Typically, most of our stops are less than 20 cents away. And from the 9.49 area, which was probably right in here, it did make it to almost 10, again on 19 cents risk. So another decent trade. Those are the highlights from today. We do call other stuff. I had another one of these push down trades when we spotted TQNT doing this. grabbed this at 12:09 using a method I teach, and really within 10 or 15 minutes, it popped at 12:27. I know that's hardly worth bragging about, but just wanted to say that there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make our highlight video that we still got maybe some nickels or dimes out of. So, but everything we do, we strive to do low risk. Here's a little picture from our results page, and this is if I had to say the bread and butter, what we're proud of doing. You can look in any one of these columns. You know what? I forgot I have arrows. You can look in any one of these columns here and see how much it went up per share, and then what the risk was. I didn't do that very well. So you got an 82-cent move per share, 15 cents risk. A nice one there, $1.02, 27 cents risk. And you just go down the line. We're proud of these. 52 cents on PCX yesterday, 52-cent move on 6 cents risk. So someone asked me, hey, how many trades do you call a day, or do you personally take a day? I probably average 4 a day. I really try to be patient and wait for the low risk stuff. Look at that, $1.16. The risk was a little higher there, but Abercrombie & Fitch is also a $55 stock, 28 cents. Almost $1 here on 16 cents risk, almost $1 here on 7 cents risk. And anytime you see these, it's not just on 7 cents risk or whatever, but that means it moved this far without ever hitting the stop that was this tight. So, and you can go to our member page, or our results page, and just see example after example of how tight our stops are and how far the stock moved without hitting the stops. That's what we're really proud of here. And again, not rapid fire, but I promise you we can help you learn to trade low risk. And that's really what we're all about. So you got to be patient, and you can't sit there and wait for call after call, because it doesn't happen. A lot of clicking around, waiting, sitting on hands, waiting for the setups I love. So all right, I'm going to quit babbling, and we'll follow up tomorrow night with another highlight video from tomorrow's picks. Have a good night.